のでござりまする。
Welcome back, everybody. Today we are discussing Shogun Season 2. So, recently, you may have heard the internet hum with talks of Hiroyuki Sanada being asked to return for a second season. This was something that we talked about being possible in the season finale breakdown, which you can find linked here for the complete context. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that as it's making the rounds around the internet. Everybody seems to be talking about this, well, at least the Shogun circles that we run in here. And too many times we have seen a legendary show come out with a first season that strikes a chord with its audience and then keeps releasing dissonant sequels. And I think that feeling impacts far more than we are willing to admit. After my last breakdown of Shogun, I theory crafted about the ways in which a second season could be possible, citing the uprising against the Taiko, Toranaga's general feelings against Christianity, his religious ties overall, the drama between him and Ochiba, among a dozen other things, including the war that they skipped over entirely, as possible ways that a second season could find footing in this reality. After that video, I had a mixed batch of comments, some loving the idea, most just grateful that season 1 was the work of art that it was, and others wanting to be heard that a second season was not something that they wanted or that anybody should want. They have been burned one too many times, or just didn't want the people running the show, anybody behind this team, spiraling out of control now that the source material was done. They didn't want it ruined in some kind of way, and I definitely understand that. I think the biggest fault line here was with the tremors we felt during the final seasons of Game of Thrones, where somehow this stupid child who allowed everybody to die and said nothing was meant to be the ultimate unbiased ruler of this land. It's nonsense. So I get it. Also, when I talk about Westworld, I have similar feelings. I don't have similar feelings. People tell me that they love season 1 and then it was just downhill from there. So I get it. We got a legendary first season and more would risk ruining its reputation. But if we truly cared about the people that made these things, the entertainment that we consume, the art that they create, we would divorce our feelings about how previously this has failed and give unconditional support for the team that just made an incredible thing to continue creating. End of story. That's it. Toranaga was painted in such a positive light throughout this first season that seeing him turned into the true villain he was in season 2 would be insane to see. Based on the history of how this conflict goes, he goes on to kill Yachio a few years later, and that's just one of the insane things that happen in reality. They already have the liberty to create characters that didn't exist in the original story like Nagakado, so we know that they have some freedom to create something more with the team that just proved that it is worth investing in. So I say, give them the money. Fans of this channel, give them your support, and hopefully we can see the next cream of the crop, top tier entertainment television series become reality because we personally believed in them. This is something that is still in the works, of course. Nothing is final, and just because he was asked to return does not mean a second season is 100% going to happen. So important there. But I promise, if someone ever comes across this video and sees the comments are filled with support for flashbacks about Toranaga and Mariko's father, or the base in Macau finally getting what they deserve, it could make their decision to support this masterful project just a little bit more clear. Whether you support a second season or don't want to be burned yet again, please make your voice heard in the comments below. Much love, everybody, and I cannot wait to talk to you all again soon.